What's up, y'all? LadyHyzerBomb here. Just wanted to do an updated in the bag. I haven't done one since this time last year, and lots of things have changed. First of all, my bag is the HyzerBomb Millennium Flak 3 in the gray and green combo. I will soon be getting the purple and gray combo. Okay, to the discs. Putters. I've been putting with the Wardens for about a month now. I really like them. They're just the beadless version of the Judge. They don't have tons of glide. I tend to putt pretty hard with quite a bit of spin, so they really work out really well for me. 166 DX AVR. Nothing super special, but you know, it's just got lots of glide. I use it for jump putts, anything outside the circle. Yeah, that's that. Here. Got my 2-star wedges. For me, the wedge is the most underrated mid-range there is. I like to throw it a lot off the tee for really controlled turnover shots, especially in a tight wooded area. Something I know, you know, I can really trust it to turn over and hold that turn that I put on it. My first run is a little more stable than this one. I dyed my tee on it. It's purple. Don't know if you can tell. It's pretty. This one's 170. This one's 175. Like I said, a little more stable than this one. They're both kind of the same thing. They're also really good for controlled forehands that go pretty straight, even a little turned over. HyzerBomb Tank 175. This has really found its way in my bag, especially this winter. The plastic is just really grippy. It's really good for upshots that I want to turn just a little bit and pan out flat. So, and it's pink. So, go to mids and putters in my bag. There's 1,000. 150 Sirius Omega. Really good throwing putters. I like to throw, my 150 is obviously pretty light. It's kind of understable, so it's really good for straight to turnover upshots. I don't know what weight this is. 170 Q Mega. This is one of my most favorite throwing putters. Really straight. I can turn it, I can hyzer it. It does pretty much exactly what I want it to. 175 HyzerBomb Mortar. This has replaced the... Why are you chewing on your disc?
I'm not.
He's chewing on his disc. 175 HyzerBomb Mortar. I lost where I was. Replaced my beadless gator. I really use this mostly for forehand up shots. Super reliable, super controllable. Doesn't have tons of skip, so it pretty much stays where I want it to land. I throw this a lot, you know, to get out of trouble if I'm stuck in the trees or just whatever. I'm going to say 1,000 times. It's a great disc. Check it out. 167 Q Sentinel. Also an ace disc. It's pretty awesome. This is a longer than the mortar, but just as stable. I really like this for backhand upshots that I know will finish left. It's just awesome. It's good. I also throw it off the tee. 168 QMS. This is a really good turnover disc for me. I like to throw it on an Annie, get it out there, and it'll hold pretty much any line I put it on. 167 USDGC Mako 3. It's got some pretty swirls. I don't know if you can see it. Got it at Rock Hill this year. It's pretty much dead straight. I throw it on forehand that I want to go dead straight, or backhand that I want to go dead straight. It doesn't really do much else besides that. Straight. 167 Big Bird Rock 3. This has been in my bag since I got it several months ago. About a year ago, actually. Whenever, pretty much right when they came out is when I got it. Super reliable. It's slightly stable, not too overstable, and I can throw it a long way. Really good for longer upshots, crosswind, so on and so forth. And it's pretty. Fairway drivers. La, 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 la. 153 CE Leopard with a pretty rainbow stamp. This thing's just money. It'll hold a real straight line all the way down and then just has a very soft fade at the end. I trust it in tight wooded shots and things like that. 163 CE Eagle. This thing is really stable for me. Longer than a T-bird, about with the stability of like a Firebird. So I just like it, and it's really good for longer forehands than some of my other mid-ranges. 168 CE QJLS. I've replaced all my T-birds with these discs. These are awesome. This is my pretty beat-in, straight to turnover flyer. I don't forehand it, it flips. So, but it's really good for long backhand turnover. This is a 167 CEQJ. This thing is beautiful, and it's slightly more stable than the other one. Like I said, it's replaced all my T-birds. It's just awesome. And then I have a 171 QJ. It's not CE. I think it's the run after, right? Yeah, it's kind of taffy. This one's quite a bit more stable than the other two, so this one's good for my headwind shots. But it's not so overstable that, you know, it's just going to carry off. And then the two most beautiful Firebirds in the world. 162 Firebird, CE Firebird. Beautiful rainbow stamp, pretty purpley magenta color. It's quite a bit more stable than my other one. Really good for forehands. Really good for just looking good in the bag. It's true. 159 CE Firebird, blue with a black stamp, gorgeous little thing. I forehand this a lot for something longer than my mortar. I also backhand it. It's really good for spike hyzers, getting around trees, you know, just getting yourself forehand roller. That's good too. Yeah. Lost my train of thought. I don't have a train of thought. I have a tugboat of thought. Kind of slow. This actually just found its way into my bag. I haven't really thrown it yet, but I'm really excited to give it a try. It's just a 150 Champ Balk. It's really gummy deliciousness. You see that? Looks like a giant condom. But it's beautiful. And I'll let you know how it goes when I throw it. This thing is my baby. It is a 163 Star Beast. It's kind of understable. Really good for tailwind shots. I can throw it just as far as any of my other distance drivers. But it has gotten a little beat in, so it's a little too flippy for any sort of headwind. So it's pretty much just a tailwind or no wind distance driver. 163 SOS, Millennium SOS, Sirius Orion LS. This is also an ace disc. Poor Richard threw it on one hole. Gave it to me to try on a hole, and I aced with it, so now it's mine, and I throw it a lot. It's fairly stable. I can throw it into a headwind and trust that it's going to go straight with a soft fade at the end. It's really good for forehands. I tend to turn my wrist, so I know it's going to come out and pan out beautifully and be awesome. 162 Star Wraith, also with the beautiful T-Money sign. This is super overstable. I throw this a lot into headwind. I can always trust it no matter how much of a wind there is. It's pretty much the only time I throw it is when there's quite a bit of headwind. 149 Blizzard Wraith. All my discs just fell. 149 Blizzard Wraith. This is my go-to distance driver. Yes, it is Blizzard. Get over it. And yeah, it's just pretty beat up. It's kind of, I mean, it's pretty neutral. It's not stable, it's not understable. I can kind of get it to do whatever I need it to do depending on how I throw it with Hyzer or Annie. So, I would be sad if I ever lost it. 156 Starlight Wraith. It's quite a bit more stable than the blue one, but Goes pretty straight, still fades off good at the end. I trust this more with more wind around than I do the blue one. So that's what I'll throw. Another new addition to my bag that I have yet to throw is the 163 QOLF. Excuse me. It's just really pretty. Getting into the Millennium side of things, this is just a really good kind of orky wraith type of disc. I'm sure it's going to be pretty stable. I'm excited to throw it eventually when it's not 25 degrees outside. And then, last but not least, the 159 Pearly Champ Orc. Really good, trustworthy headwind disc. Also really good for the longer forehands for me. My forehand isn't as good as my backhand, so even on, you know, a shorter hole, I have to throw a good distance driver to get to the basket. So, I believe that is it, besides some sweet minis. Always have your minis with you, and your Sharpies, and a pencil that I just threw on the floor. And that is it. Thanks for checking it out.